Good morning, people. Today is Tuesday. Try saying it like that. Tuesday. Tones, Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. It's about 6 o'clock. Here we are in southwestern Nevada. And this is Department of Career Services. My name is Edward Bevilacqua, and our goal is to help you get from where you are, boom, along your journey, to help you get from where you are to somewhere along your journey that is better, to help you with your journey through life. This literally once in a lifetime life that we have. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning. So our goal is to help you with your journey through this life and to prepare you for what is next and to help you get your priorities straight. That, it kind of looks like what science is telling us in progress in after death, real experiences after death, I think is what it is. Looks like there's something that happens after we die, and it looks like Jesus was resurrected. So that kind of implies our life here, even if it's complete suffering, it doesn't matter. It's a blip. It's nothing in the eternity of nothing in eternity. Good morning, Carla. Good morning. So that's two people from 15 are there. Good. What a bevy is there. Hello, shouting hello, hanging on by our fingertips. So here we go. Let's get started. The meme of gotta go. What? Where are you going? JK. Oh, all right. Okay, let's drip out there the meme of today. Let's plant the seed of the meme of today. What if you focused on your default setting? Oops. That's one thing I gotta do. Sorry. What if you focused on your default setting? What does that make you think of? What a bevy. The words default setting. Does that bring back any memories? What if you focused on your default setting? Well, conditioning, programming. Who talked about default settings? Who's someone's name I mentioned relative to the paper you wrote? Tick tock, tick tock. The paper you wrote. I had comments in there. I can't remember the name of his book. Wink, wink. Segue. Default setting, David Foster Wallace. Right, you got it. DFW, David Foster Wallace. So Darren Hardy down below in the red letter. Once again, red letter. I kind of think like Darren Hardy has one of our books, one of our pink books, state pen workbooks, because we are very parallel in what we're saying. Of course, he's much better at it than me, but very parallel. One of our things is David Foster Wallace's talk, and he quotes from the talk. He gives a short version of David Foster Wallace's talk, focusing on default setting. And the title of Darren Hardy's daily thing is Break Free from Your Default Settings. And then he goes into default settings, talking about it. Okay, Mitch is there. Good morning, Mitch. Okay, so let's take a segue as we're having our brain in the background process on what does that mean, default settings. What if you could focus on your default settings? Probably need to change it to be what if you could break free. Let me just do that right now too. What if you could break free from, what if you could break free from your default settings? You could break free. No, if you break free. What if you break free from your default settings? All right, sorry people. One man here. Also shout out to Russell Brand. Aligned. Okay, the best year ever book is so, the best year ever book is so aligned. Okay, I felt similar. LOL. Yes. So he talks about default settings. Default settings. Then you will succeed. Well, the question is, what are your default settings? That's the starting point. What are your default settings? And so Darren Hardy jumps right into it. Darren Hardy jumps right into it as David Foster Wallace did. This is a talk. I think it's actually this Sunday's talk, TED Talk for this Sunday. But perhaps, Mitch, you guys could watch it today as the second one after we leave. Let's talk about that for a second. So Frankie, Brian, and Isaiah have to come to Vegas for their weekly thing. We need the UAs. Good. So Matt says his UA is ready. Let's make sure everything is filled out properly. And maybe Carla, make a note that we need supplies. We need cups, we need bags. If they can print out some sheets, etc. So we need that. So this is going to be another one of these dash off to drop the people off. Maybe the thing to do is drop them off, drop me off, go to Jones, pick them up, pick me up. My shirts are done, so we're going to have to get those. Figure that out. We'll talk about that on the way. We've got a lot to do. And guys, you are here. You are here. The Fab Five is there. How did it go last night, Matt, Mitch, in the new settings? Did you have a good chat with Ricky to set proper expectations, to get him to sharpen the saw? Got to focus on that. Sharpen the saw. So we'll see him at class today. Please let's remember to bring the earbuds and the other composition books so we can give them to people. And maybe the second video you guys do today by passing out the Chromebooks. Practice on that. Okay. All right. Default settings. So there are these two young fish swimming along. And an older fish comes from the other direction. Let's see. And he says, "Good morning, boys. How's the water?" And then they pass each other. A little bit further along, one of the young fish says to the other fish, "Hey, what the hell is water?" And David Foster Wallace and then today Darren Hardy use that to explain our default setting is like the water to those two young fish. It's around them so much, they're immersed in it so much, they don't even notice it. That's our default settings, the things that we're so around us, they circle us, we're in it, we don't even realize they're there. So this is the thing to, this was a commencement speech by David Foster Wallace, where he's saying to the graduates, you need to focus on and be aware of your default setting. And you have the ability, you've got this great education now, you have the ability to change it. You know, if you choose to be this way, great, that's good, but you don't have to. So in here, you'll hear the terms inside our skull-sized kingdom. You'll hear David Foster Wallace says the world of men and machines keeps humming along, and Darren Hardy changes that to the world of men and power, something like that. But those expressions that you hear me say came out of David Foster Wallace, out of this speech. The world of men and machines are inside our skull-sized kingdom. So that's where they came from. Very good job by Darren Hardy. And for us, the thing to do would be to focus on what are our default settings. What are our default settings? The things that we do unconsciously, the beliefs that we have unconsciously. And then he also gets into another part that David Foster Wallace talked about, is everybody worships something. It could be JC, Allah, the Mother God, the Four Noble Truths, etc., but it could also be your looks. And if you worship your looks, it's going to be bad, because you will not live up to who you are, and you'll die 1,000 times before you're planted. If you worship money, you'll never have enough. If you worship intellect, you will always feel like you don't know anything. Everybody worships something. We get to choose what we worship. So this one is once again, Darren Hardy, good job. Now let's go on to something else in here that's kind of related. Seth Godin, once again, the half-life of magic. And he starts with Arthur C. Clarke's first law. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So just imagine if 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, somebody showed up with a M16. People wouldn't know what it was when they got shot. Be like, wow, what just happened? Try to imagine that you're 20 years ago holding a Rabbit R1 or using a cell phone or being able to listen to every song ever recorded for just a few dollars a month. Okay, go back in time to 20 years ago. We don't just take these once magic items for granted. Now we express frustration. They're not better or cheaper or faster. The fade is real, and the half-life continues to get shorter. It's a sort of hedonic treadmill of tech, where we not only take a breakthrough for granted in just a short time, but we also raise the bar for what counts as magic next time. If we depend on outside forces to find wonder and awe, we're going to end up disappointed. We don't have to wait for a new technology to feel the magic. Instead, we have the chance to erase our expectations and simply notice it whenever, wherever we look. Aha, default setting. So default setting now is technology. We expect technology to be newer, better, faster, cheaper. Whatever we get, instead of just relishing the, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. This sunset is amazing. This whatever is amazing. We have these expectations. So we get into a cycle of we don't appreciate the magic. We don't appreciate what's around us. We expect it to be better, faster, cheaper, whatever. So again, I think this fits with Darren Hardy of default setting. So now kind of our default setting is we get frustrated when this magical stuff doesn't work, instead of seeing it for what it is. Magical stuff. Okay, so big thing today. We need to leave at about 8. That means I really have to rush because I've got a bunch of things to do, including including the peloton. And let's see, what else? I think we might be having some people come today, but I didn't hear anything yesterday. Had a great trip to Nan yesterday. Last night, got back kind of late, like at about 10 o'clock. But we had a good experience down in Vegas last night at the Al Sharpton event. Nan, Robert Bush et al. Had some good things, saw Evelyn Pacheco and other people. So cool, good, great. Let's see if anybody have anything else. Oh, to the extent that you can, put Deborah's stuff in the trunk of your car, Carla. We have to bring her stuff down today that we can. And the sooner we get it back to them, the better it will be for all of us moving forward. And we will find out about new people coming today from Vegas. And so first, we can put 3 people, 1, 2, 3, I think 3 people in 1409. Then we've got a bunch in 1411. And we have, I think, 6 open beds in 1415. So let's do it right this time, people. When we bring new people in, let's have them immersed in our rat park and not let them do it again. Okay, so that's it for now. All right, people, big day, big day. Let's make something happen. And we will go from there. And I will say, Auf Wiedersehen, people. Boom. Peace out. Peace? What do you mean? Peace?